So, I'm Jake, not from State Farm, and
I don't wear khakis.
I don't wear khakis.
Where's Dickies?
I wear Dickies
Regularly.
regularly.
What's your specialty?
Suspension. Suspension's my game. So,
Which direction?
suspension and fabrication, primarily lowering and sport tuning, that kind of stuff. Background in trophy truck racing, air ride, lowering components. That's kind of so. I do the lift, pretty, I guess you'd say knowledgeable all the way around, but on personal level, I do mostly lowering on my own stuff, but I have had lifted trucks. So,
Who are you?
I'm Banker.
What do you do?
I build these trucks here.
What's your specialty?
My specialty is lifts.
What's your favorite thing to do?
Fitment. My favorite thing to do?
Eat
Truck related.
Eat pizza.
Eat pizza and drink beer. My favorite thing to do truck related, like jump ditches and
The rest of the
the
stuff.
rest of that
rhymes.
stuff that
Yeah.
goes with that.
Brad, who are you?
I'm Brad.
Oh yeah. What do you do?
Not much.
He literally does nothing.
What's your dream job?
Drink beer.
Sales. Say a lift kit.
So many lift kits for my favorite boss, Sean.
You get to stay one more week.
I dream about it.
So we got a question around your cutting. We have someone that just added a full 3-inch level, and they had to cut to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to know if they can still switch to a bigger lift now.
are they talking about cutting as far as for tire clearance, or are they talking out for differentials?
I think they're talking what you're talking.
They're talking, so you know how in the Fab Tech you gotta notch that cross member?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be able to go bigger. You can always go bigger because you just have to cut more away.
Yeah, usually as far as mounting, they're always in the same points, so it's usually a matter of taking out more whenever you go larger, because usually the differential goes right to where it shouldn't.
Yeah.
So.
Where they didn't want it to go from the factory. Okay, so today we are talking about what we tried to talk about last week, or 2 weeks ago. No cutting required, because Brad, being on the phone, selling lift kits all day, gets this question a lot, and we get it here at the shop a lot, is what lift kit can I put in my truck that I don't have to cut anything? What's the answer?
None.
None.
Is that loud? That's perfect.
As well.
They can hear us.
Intimidating.
So, this awesome artistic drawing that I did earlier.
Looks like a couch with a potato on it.
It is a coach with a potato.
That's
See
you
how the
guys.
potato's on the left?
That's me. I'm the
That's you.
potato. The potato.
So, your differential when you're lifting your truck is moving down to keep your angles good. But these fancy cross members get in the way, so you have to cut those off on every lift kit ever made for every IFS truck out there. All right, so here's your differential. The differential is being lowered due to your lift kit in the differential drop brackets, but the cross member is in the way. So you do have to cut the foot, whatever you want to call that, off of the cross member.
Erase the part you're cutting out. That'll look so real. Don't knock the whole board over.
Ooh, there you go. Oh, there's
Bye-bye.
Here's your Milwaukee Sawzall.
It's pretty much
to
that.
cut that out.
M18 fuel.
Woo!
Milwaukee Sawzall. That
Cut
is.
it out. There you go. There, yeah, okay. So now, that's the whole differential. Now they have no passenger side axle.
Just imagine there's one right here.
So now you're
You
able
don't cut the
to
differential off.
lower the entire differential down, fix your CV angles, and make everything happy. Now, non-IFS trucks,
Is that simple?
like
Straight axle.
straight axles and
Left.
these so popular
Jeep. Jets.
Left.
Jeeps and diesel
Left.
trucks out there, just because you have a straight axle doesn't mean you're going to get away from cutting. A lot of the times, once you lower everything, you still have a front drive shaft, and you're going to have an exhaust Y pipe that comes underneath that front drive shaft. You're going to make contact with the drive shaft and the exhaust, and you have to modify your exhaust.
What is this picture of?
This is a side view. This is a drive shaft.
What is this?
This is an upper control arm, this is a lower control arm, this is your rear cross member, this is your front one. I couldn't get that detail, it's a dry erase marker.
Okay.
No, I'm no artist, I build trucks.
Alright. Thank God. Be a terrible artist.
So what's the moral of your story? Tell us your point.
The moral of the story is you will not get away without cutting, and it's not bad. It's not gonna. Yeah, it's minor cutting in the grand
Can you put it
scheme
right
of
back
things.
to stock if you decide a week later that you really shouldn't have done that?
Not unless you save the pieces and then you have access to a welder and you're decent at fabricating.
Decent at fabricating. You're very, very good at fabricating.
Decent.
You may die if you're only decent.
Just weld that back on.
Most of your cross members, you're going to cut about 3 inches to 3.5 inches off on the tabs that stick out. Most cases, that's roughly what it is. And you have a cross member that actually bolts in from the factory, and that gets removed and not used in most of the applications that we do for the lifting. On the front, on certain lift kits, you have to trim the lower edge pockets where you'll see the drop members that go in. Usually it's like 1/4 of an inch or something like that, and then you retain factory hardware sometimes on some of those. So it's not too crazy, but it's one of those things that once you do it, you usually don't go back from it. So if you decide, I don't like my lift kit, you're probably not going to be able to put it back to stock unless you save all those pieces. Or if you cut them out nicely. A lot of the stuff that we use Sawzalls, Wheel of Death, try to cut us stuff off. So it's all how good you are as a fabricator. That's kind of where that all plays in.
Or
so,
a cutter.
Or a
If you're a
cutter.
good cutter.
If you're just super emo.
Yeah, Eric was trying to cut himself before.
So, moving on.
Yeah. So what do we have for? Oh, you're probably gonna have to trim some fins and things if you have a Chevy on your differential housing itself. It's minor stuff.
Is that a big deal?
Not a big deal.
Is there any risk involved?
Yes.
I mean,
Wheel of Death.
don't cut into your.
Wheel of Death.
Don't cut your face off.
Don't cut your face off like this guy.
Use safety equipment, safety glasses,
And,
shields, all that stuff.
Only cut what they say to cut, because I mean, technically, I guess you could cut too deep into your differential, and you leak all your fluid and blow your front differential out.
So for the larger lift kits, like the 6 inches, you're doing a lot of trimming on the differential. For instance, we did Fabtech Chevy lift 6 inch today. We did trimming on the actual steering components on the rack itself. You have to trim some of the aluminum fins off just to get them to fit. And then on, for instance, like the BDS lift kit 6 inch for Chevy Fords, you're trimming the actual differential housing itself. Some of the cooling fins that are on there probably won't make much of a difference as far as any change in temperatures, just because there's not much material being taken off. But in the end, you still have to take it off.
Sure.
Is it worth it or necessary to get the Fox coilovers with the 6 inch BDS versus just running stock heavy duty toe springs?
I personally say yes, just because you got ride quality. So you have different styles of shocks. So for instance, if you have like a shock with a reservoir, that's usually for heavy travel, heavy movement, because it keeps the fluids within the shock cooled down. What Fox does with the lift kits, they're a little more heavy duty, so you don't have as much of like I guess you say like the stiff ride, because they're able to counteract like movements within the lift itself. Because putting the lift on is going to stiffen up some of the components. So the shocks definitely help. I would recommend them if you have the option for that.
Do you agree, Banker? You agree, Brad?
No.
Why?
He said, are they necessary, right? Isn't that what he said?
Worth it.
Are they
You
worth
started
it?
with worth
It
it.
all depends on what you're gonna do. Like we've always said. What do you? If the truck's just gonna drive around the street its whole life, no.
Yeah, but you can be cool and be like, look at my Fox shocks.
Yeah, I mean,
They
you
are
could be like-
shiny.
you could be like Justin and be like, yeah, look how cool I am.
But he likes it because it rides like stock, even though he put that lift kit on there.
And he pulls trailer.
And he pulls a camper all over the place.
Yeah, but what does that have to do
When he's
with
supposed to be at work.
That doesn't have anything to do with the front coilovers. Is what he's talking about? There's no coilovers in the rear.
So you're not sold on it. 2 out of 3, recommend.
Would recommend.
See what I did there? Would recommend. 2 out of 3 would recommend. Next question. I have a 17 Silverado, and this is Silv. What are the ride quality pros and cons between the Bilstein 5100 shocks versus the Fox 2.0s? So Bilstein 5100 or Fox 2.0s on a 17 Silverado, I'm assuming 1500. Silv has the question.
I'm assuming stock suspension, maybe like a level.
Yeah, I guess. I think he's just asking what shock's better, kind of. I guess, or
Yeah, it
which one will
depends
ride
on what
better?
he's gonna do with it. The Bilsteins are gonna handle a
I mean,
load better.
It's a pretty similar shock in terms of the design of it and everything. Just one's a German manufacturer. Because a 5100 is going to be an aluminum bodied shock, right?
True.
It's an aluminum
They're
body.
valved more for load.
Yeah.
And the Fox are just valve.
I think Bilstein concentrates
performance.
more on like the truck application being like
Doing
what a truck
truck
is
stuff.
used for. Yeah, whereas Fox is more performance oriented.
Doing race truck
So
stuff.
what's your
Yeah.
final answer? Bilsteins or Fox?
Depends on what he's gonna do.
Yeah, what's his application?
He's gonna run to them all.
Fox.
He's gonna jump ditches and
Fox,
Fox.
when was Bilstein?
Gabriel Red Riders.
When you're towing around your mud truck
Okay.
or going to the mall to pick up a couch,
So if you're towing couches, you want the Bilsteins. If you're jumping ditches at the mall, you want the Fox.
correct.
I like where you went with that. Tyler has a question. Do ladder bars help at all with ride quality?
They make it worse.
No.
Wait, no, I completely disagree. So, depending on what the case is. So you have larger trucks, bigger tires, you get a thing that you call a suspension roll. It might be so like minuscule and small that you don't even see it as like you're driving it, but it's something that does happen in all applications, especially if you have higher horsepower.
Well, axle wrap like a normal person.
Okay, axle wrap. So, what the ladder bars do is they're going to stop the axle from moving at all. You know, especially whenever you have that component with like leaf springs, something of the application. But I definitely say yes, it can have that effect. It just depends on really what you're doing with it. I mean, obviously, people wouldn't be putting them on like bigger trucks if they weren't useful.
Yeah, I put them on there because they look really sweet.
Well, they do
Yeah.
that, but
The purpose of them is really for traction purposes.
Yeah,
to
torque
achieve,
applications.
you know, ultimate or the most traction you can possible. Not necessarily ride quality, I would say.
yeah,
You know,
it doesn't have any effect really for that.
It's
quality of the
stiffening the rear end. I mean, you
So
take
why would
that
I
down
buy
the highway.
track bars if I'm
if
towing
you're
a
gonna be
camper every
if
weekend?
you're cool and you want to launch that baby
Yeah,
off the line.
Or if you're having like a really large lift, like you see a lot of guys that'll do the re-arch springs that are real large.
Yeah.
Whenever you do something like that, you're giving the piece of metal, which is the leaf spring itself, a lot more like spring action. It's softer because it's been bent more. It has more of an arc. So whenever you think you take something out of a plane as far as flat, it has more susceptibility to being bent. So whenever you put the ladder bars on there, it kind of counteracts that. Whenever you build something as in like a triangle, it has a lot more sturdiness and it's harder to break it.
Yep. So Tyler's just got an 05 F-150, the one with ladder bars. He's got a 6-inch rough country, Fox 2.0s in the rear, and full-length struts in the front already. So the question is, what are you doing with it, Tyler? Because then we can answer if it's going to help with ride quality.
exactly.
But it sounds like it's more for traction at the drag strip.
yeah, it's a performance thing.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
definitely not for just the daily beater.
Yeah, you put those on, you go down the highway, you're gonna feel every little crack because it's gonna hot. It stiffens up that rear end.
Tyler, I
somewhere.
feel like they answered your question. Let me know if you have more. He's gonna mall crawl. So do it because they're gonna look sick, bro.
They look awesome.
Hit up Brad at info@customoffsets.com. He's got ladder bars for days.
Nope.
2014 Toyota Tundra Crew Max.
Ugh.
What 6-inch lift should I do? What brand?
Toy Tech.
It's a loaded question.
Yeah. What are you doing with it?
He's gonna go to the truck shows and he's probably gonna maybe haul a couch.
What do you think, Brad?
You should buy the most expensive one you can. You should get.
The most expensive one available on customoffsets.com.
Yeah.
Super
It's your-
distracting when you
So
look
he
at
wants
the
his
video.
best average lift kit, probably a Fab Tech.
Yeah, because then Tristan also asks, what is the best 5 to 6-inch lift for a 2011 Chevy? And then Warren wants to know, in your honest opinion, what's the best lift kit out there? Everybody just wants, Banker, you start it. What's the best lift kit out there? Money doesn't matter, answer.
What's the truck?
Yeah, it's different for different trucks.
It's totally different for
It's a
different
Chevy Toyota Ford mall crawler.
trucks. Oh, for mall crawling?
Yes,
Is it a 1500 or 2500?
1500.
Toyota? What?
No, anything. Anything. For mall crawling.
The best half-ton show truck ride
Oh,
quality.
okay.
show truck.
You're
Yoink.
changing it!
Using
Mall
stock.
crawlers are show
Okay.
truck.
No,
Staying.
they're not. Have you seen some of
Have you
them?
been on the gram?
What is that?
You can't judge it by our mall.
Okay.
No, I haven't bought any.
Man, that's like that's such like a broad question because if you have money isn't an option kind of thing, you're looking into like full suspension swap, talking about like going to like a Fox or like a large King Shock independent, built suspension for each.
Out of the box.
Yeah.
What's the best out of the box kit? The box kit. Huh?
Kelderman.
Isn't Kelderman's like only air ride, isn't it? Or no?
Yeah, so it's soft. It rides real nice, and you can go from a leveling kit to like 8 inches. Like,
Brad,
it's
your
great.
favorite out of the box lift kit?
BDS.
Out of all of them, you wouldn't take Cognito?
You said 1500.
Oh, they don't make half ton?
Some Chevys, newer Chevys. half
Yeah,
tons.
they're all half ton Chevys. Forget the Toyota Ford.
Now they're all half ton Chevys.
Okay, I changed the question because I wanted my answer to be right. Jake,
No answer.
you just want to bag everything.
No.
Drop it
No,
all.
it's not even that. It's just
He wants to air it out.
it's too broad. I mean, it breaks down to that's how pretty much every build comes down to is what finances do you have, where do you want your money to go, and what do you want to overall achieve. So in
Talk
some
louder.
Talk louder.
Fine, let's play a different game.
okay,
High, medium, low. Budget. Lowest budget, best lift out there, all three of you at once.
Zone.
Rough country.
Jake, you don't ball in a low budget?
I don't ball in a little bit.
Medium budget, best lift get out there, 6 inch and a half ton.
Fabtech.
BDS.
That's mid. I guess so. BDS.
I can't believe you guys think BS is mid-budget.
What?
They clearly have more money.
Whoa!
than
What
me.
is that? Put that thing away.
Hey.
What a weirdo.
Put your eye out with that thing, or other
You
things.
put your wiener out.
That
with
is
that
high.
thing. Don't shoot the snake.
Okay, and then we had high end. He wants you to get a Kelderman airlift, and he wants you to get a Cognito because I convinced him.
I like Kelderman though, dude.
Kelderman also?
Yeah, I mean.
What about
that's
any
so
level
much
lift? Too new? Don't know enough about it?
I like them. The only thing I don't know about them is since they're a hydraulic lock style lift. So from doing like lowering stuff, especially like lowrider stuff, whenever you run a hydraulic style suspension, there's a lot of stiffness. I see how their components work. It's genius. A lot of fabrication, a lot of engineering went behind how it's designed, how it works. But how does it ride? In all their videos I've seen, it looks like it's probably a stiff ride. So I can't really say, yes, it's awesome, no, it's not. I've never dealt with one personally, but I like the idea of it.
Take one for me.
That's
But I definitely can't say that like that would be something I'd lean towards. But in the sense of like, say if you want to have that giant lifted truck, but you have some kind of issue where you can't necessarily crawl into it, that's probably a great application for you. Same with like any air ride situation for the larger lifted trucks.
Well, you can park it in the garage.
Yeah,
too.
you can fit it in the garage.
Put it in your garage, get to the mall, air it up.
Look cool.
Look cool.
17,999.
9.
9.
9.
I have a 2015 Duramax
Alright.
on a 4-inch FTS. I've got the 22x14s on 325 Nittos. Just ordered 375s, so going up to the 36-inch tires.
You from Northern California, bro?
Would you recommend changing the gears?
Changing.
I don't know. I don't think you necessarily have to change
I
gears.
think we get re-gearing questions a lot when you're lifting and putting bigger wheels and tires.
Yeah.
I guess what's your opinion, Jake, on re-gearing? When should you do it on a half ton? When should you do it on 3/4 ton?
I think kind of like the rule of thumb is you have your stock tire components. Originally your vehicle is designed for how it comes out from the factory. What I have always kind of like rule of thumb, I guess you should say, is anything beyond 15% higher than the volume of tire. Like say you go 8 inches, 10 inch bigger tire, then you need to start looking at your gearing because you're losing horsepower because your motor's having to work more to get up to regular speeds and things like that. One thing with any truck that's lifted and you start doing anything, you're adding more weight. You're adding more, stress on components, things like that. Things are going to wear out faster. That's just kind of the nature of it. That's something that you as a consumer have to figure out, well, is it worth it for me to do that? But on average, I usually say if you go 15% higher than what your wheel volume is from the factory, then you need to start looking, it's up to you. But at some point, it's going to have more wear on it.
Do you ever have to re-gear?
Yes. So if you say you went from a factory 28-inch tall tire and you went up to a 44.
Big dogs.
Yeah.
You're around in the Toyota.
Yeah, you're
the 22 RE.
Yeah, you're gonna work. That motor's gonna be working double time just to try to move that thing.
So how come we haven't re-geared CO2 with the 6.5-inch lift and 36s?
Because the owner's cheap.
The guy that drives it to work once a week.
Yeah,
Because it's a mall crawler, right?
yeah. If you're daily
We tow a
drive,
trailer, we get 4 miles
So-
per gallon, and we're fine with that. 2016 F-150, I've got a 7-inch ready lift, or he's thinking about one. What are your opinions on it? I'm gonna just Walmart parking lot cruise. And that's Carlos.
hey, ball on the budget, man.
Perfect. Go for it.
Yeah.
Well, ready lift isn't that inexpensive. I think they, right there with FabTech and BDF.
Yeah.
Was that a new?
But if you're just gonna do some all
16.
crawling,
Yeah.
have at it. Like I said, you're always gonna wear things out prematurely, so just be aware that that's coming.
That was old style.
But with anything, regular maintenance will help you thoroughly. Rotating tires, checking components that aren't loose. Hear something rattling, check it out. You'd be surprised how many times we have stuff come in that we think that is, it's been told it's just in for something small, and then it's something, larger just because something's getting wore out because it's not tight. So keep that in mind. But yeah, that'd be fine.
So this is a good one from Tyler because this proves kind of this is where you guys are so helpful to people. So he's got a 13 Silverado 1500 ball crawl edition.
I like how we're referring.
I have the same truck.
They're getting really good at saying I'm a ball crawler, I'm an off-roader, I'm a
It's like an
tower.
AA meeting.
So what
Step of
6
recovery is the
what
thing you ever
what 6-inch lift kit will put the least amount of strain on the drivetrain?
So best CD angles.
That wouldn't really be.
That's strain on the drivetrain.
Okay, so
Yeah.
whenever we have a 6-inch lift and they run a block setup, you'll if you were to ever install these at your house, you'll notice that most of the blocks, one side is taller than the other. So you have one that's this tall, one that's this tall. The reason why that is for change of pinion angle. So it's to accommodate the larger lift. So as far as for the front depth style, you will see random change. I wouldn't say that any of them, for instance, stick out in my mind because most of people that are doing the lift kits are pretty aware of how angles work. So just a brief explanation of how driveline angles work is you're looking for what they call like 0 to 3 degrees. So if you have +6 on this side and you have, for instance, like on a 2-piece, you would need to have -6 on this side, and that would make your rotating angle 0. So whenever they work on one side to the other, like your front disc with your front drive shaft line, you're looking to try to have the most minimal angle you can to be closest to 0. So most
Do you
of
agree with him, Banker?
I hate math class.
I mean,
So-
ideally, yeah.
So does a lift kit tell you that information? Do you guys have an
because
They have
opinion?
it all figured.
they've
Right.
worked into this. I mean,
So all of them consider that
yes,
equally?
these people that are putting out,
Once it-
not everyone per se.
As you spend more money, do they do more math?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one
Yeah.
thing you pay for that people, don't always see is the engineering aspect of like where pieces are on the lift kit or where things go or located, in order to make things work properly, which is something that you don't see necessarily.
Okay, kids. I think it's time for a bit of a challenge.
Nope,
Yep. All right.
I'm challenged enough.
Challenge is going to be time and quality. Banker's wheels are always dirty,
So are yours.
Because I use my truck.
so we're cleaning them. Grab a bucket, each grab a shoe shine. Buckets already have dirty lip in them. All right, and go. Here we got the first wheel done. This is Brad's. There's a 5-point scale on time and a 5-point scale on quality.
Oh, nailed the time.
Brad
5.
has 5 on the time because he was first on in 1 minute and everyone else is at
First
4
on.
minutes.
First like.
I give him a 1 on the quality because I can't give him a 0. Time, Baker's at a 4 because he's second done.
Well, hey. Four.
And for quality,
Don't leave those wheels are pretty rough after winter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give him a
Did the inside of the wheel too.
4.
And the fender.
501.
5 minutes and 1 second.
That was my job.
Alright, Jake being third done gets a 3 out of 5 for time.
My wheels look better than that. My wheel.
Dry rings. Quality wise, we'll give him a
1. That looks like
3 out of 10.
No! Hey guys, what's going?
Main camera.
Welcome back.
Filming you.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Catastrophic
This is
failure.
why you
Fail.
still stay on the couch so that you don't fall off the ride. Close us out before we trash the place.
We'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place. See you later.
Alligator.
Bye.